guys, in this video we'll be talking about some important terminology. As you may know, different structures in the nervous system take on different names depending on where they're located, whether they are in the central or the peripheral nervous system. As you can see, we have clusters of cell bodies as well as long bundles of axons or neurons. These take on very different names depending on whether you find them in the central or the peripheral nervous system. This means that while they look absolutely the same, they are completely identical, they simply take on different terms. So it's important that we understand what the terms are and be able to use them correctly. First of all, bundles of axons in the central nervous system are known as tracts. So if you have a long bundle of many axons grouped together, we call this a tract. On the other hand, if you have a bundle of axons found in the peripheral nervous system, it is no longer called a tract. If you have a bundle of many neurons and it's in the periphery, we refer to this as a nerve. Bundles of axons, if they're in the central nervous system, you call it a tract, but the exact same thing in the peripheral nervous system would be referred to as a nerve. In the nervous system, we can also have clusters of cell bodies. This means that there's many cell bodies grouped together very closely. They're making small clumps of cell bodies. In the central nervous system, these clusters of cell bodies are referred to as nuclei. Whereas in the peripheral nervous system, clusters of cell bodies would be referred to as ganglia. If you have clusters of cell bodies in the CNS, we call them nuclei, but the exact same thing, if you have a cluster of cell bodies in the peripheral nervous system, it would be a ganglion, or ganglia if plural. One more thing that I'd like to add to tracts is that these axons can be myelinated or unmyelinated. We know that tracts in the central nervous system can be shown as gray or white matter, and this is simply due to the fact that some contain myelin and others don't. Again, some regions of the central nervous system contain myelin. Other regions do not, and this gives them a different appearance. They take on a different look. So if you have tracts that are myelinated, because myelin is white, it has a white color, tracts that have myelin are known as white matter. And on the other hand, if it does not contain myelin, it doesn't have that white sheath covering, it will look gray. It'll take on a gray appearance, giving it the name gray matter. So to summarize, bundles of axons are tracts or nerves, depending on whether they're in the CNS or the PNS respectively, and clusters of cell bodies are called nuclei or ganglia. If we wanted to examine our tracts, we know that some of these axons can be myelinated and others do not have myelin. This causes them to take on a different appearance, giving them the name white matter if myelinated or gray matter if unmyelinated. That's it for all of our terminology today. Let me know if there's other videos I can make. Thank you.